Good evening. Welcome to WSBI, your resource for success podcast program, where you get to meet inspiring women-owned businesses from across the country. And now, for your host, Kimberly McLemore.
All right, good evening and welcome to WSBI, your resource for success podcast program, where you get to meet inspiring women-owned businesses from across the country. I am your host, Kimberly McLemore, but of course tonight we have a special edition of the WSBI podcast program. This evening you will be spending moments with Lady K and Mistah T. Welcome, Mr. T.
Oh, welcome, Lady K. Bienvenidos.
Oh, Senora, how are you doing, Senor?
I'm well. Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú?
I cannot answer back, Senor. I've lost all of my Espanol all within 2 seconds now. So. But it's so good to hear your voice. I always love this show. This is one of my favorite shows of the month that we do, and I just love it. And of course, our big goal is to have it, permanent. But before we get there, we got a lot of other things, of course, to talk about. And so, of course, before we move on, tonight's show topic is going to be about celebrating every moment. But before we dive into that, of course, we always like to tell our listeners a little bit about ourselves. So what's going on new in your world? And, Mr. T, tell everybody who you are and what you got going on.
Well, hey, listeners. How are y'all? How's everybody doing? Our momenteers. I'm going to christen them our momenteers. Everybody has to have their name, their calling. So what's up, momenteers? Shout out to y'all. We appreciate you all. I am Mistah T of Lady K Mistah T. I am a doggy daddy living in the DMV, which is not District of Motor Vehicles, as I like to let everybody, or Department of Motor Vehicles, as I like to let everybody know. It is DC, Maryland, and Virginia. So I'm living in Northern Virginia. I have a wonderful little doggy that I'm a proud papa to, and his name is Pepper. In Spanish, it's Pimiento, but his name is Pepper. So we call him Pepper. And he just looked up at me like, "Oh, why are you calling my name?" I am a working professional here in the area. I'm also a fitness professional, and I have my own company by the name of Move with T. That's Move with T, T-E-E, LLC here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And I can come to you to have a wonderful fitness time where we can move and shake it with my movers and shakers and have a great time. And what else about me? I am a writer as well. I contribute to an online fitness blog called thezbeat.com, where you can find me monthly writing motivational postings as well as song choices as well. And also before that, I've been writing since I was in elementary school. I was writing plays and stuff like that for the kids to do and to perform and act out in my church, and also writing poems and things of that nature, some of which have been published, some of which have not been published. What else about me? I am a member of the Beehive. So I love my Beyonce.
You good, boy.
Yeah, I gotta shout out Beyonce. As a matter of fact, I'm looking as I sit here at this desk. I am looking at something that one of my students gave to me, which is lyrics from her song Formation, and a picture of Beyonce on it. And I have to post that so people can see it on our Facebook page so everybody can see it. But it says, I see it, I want it, I dream it, I work hard, I grind till I own it, I slay. But and then in the background there are all these lyrics from the song, which is really cool. Awesome. And there's an image of Beyonce in the middle. And it was really cool that one of my students actually gifted that to me for my birthday last month. And I'll let our listeners know that I hit the ripe old age of 42 last month. The ripe young age of 42, because I still get carded. And what else about me? I am not wearing my onesie this time.
Oh,
So my
jeez.
onesie is in the
And
closet.
yeah, and we never got a picture of that. You know that. So, you're gonna have to
Never
post
got a
that
picture of
on
that.
our, yeah, but we need to have that on our page. That was the moment
I
of the
know.
onesie.
I know. I was just like, I can't post this. But my other half actually listened to the program last month, and he was like, um, when are you going to take a picture of your onesie? And I was like,
See?
no, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not. So, but I'll do that at some point. But it's washed, it's clean. So maybe I'll do that for the summer because we're going into summer. Because summer starts tomorrow,
I
and I'm ready for
know.
summer. Summer
Crazy.
2019. So
Crazy.
I guess it's all I can think of right now to share about me. So I'm
Well,
gonna pass the baton over to you,
well,
Lady
you
K.
you definitely told a lot. And the thing that stuck out to me is that I've heard a lot about you and I've known you for a little while, but you said that you published poems and you have poems that you
I
have
am.
been published before.
I have been published before. It was when I lived in Charlotte, North Carolina. I was published in a couple of local periodical publications, if you will, and also in within my school when I was in college, I was published in our literary publication because I was a contributing member to the Treewell, which is what it was called. So I was not only just a contributing person, but I also was part of the Treewell organization. So I did a whole lot. So I danced, I sang, I played instruments, I wrote. I am very multifaceted, but yes, I've been published before. So I've had a couple little things that I've put out there into the universe and
Well,
that seem to have been well received, but I didn't really follow up because I know that you are a very accomplished author, and I have I will say that I have a long list of poems. And people are like, you got to publish these, and I was like, oh, I just kind of do that for me. So,
no, you get. I was just getting ready to say that. Okay, I'm an author. You are already an author. We're gonna get those poems published, so we will definitely be talking more offline about that little secret that you've been keeping from me. Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Awesome. That's
You
awesome.
know,
And
my grandma
congratulations. I had
always
no
said you got to keep
idea.
something for yourself. You got to keep something for yourself.
Well, yeah, but you know what? Sometimes when you share the world, your thoughts, that's what we do on this show is that we're constantly sharing our thoughts and how we perceive things and what the things we can do for others. And poems are so beautiful and people can resonate with those poems. It's not always about just telling a story, right? So
Indeed.
those stories do those poems do, tell stories, but they tell them in a way that sometimes people can relate to differently. So we will definitely be talking more about that. But as far as for everything else, for those who don't know who I am called Lady K on this show, on this program, Lady K Mistah T show. Actually, it's called Moments with Lady K Mistah T. I am also, as T just mentioned, I am an author. I am also the CEO and a founder of the Women's Small Business Initiative, LLC, and author Kimberly and McLemore, LLC. I am the co-owner of Talk Radio and TV, LLP, and I am the owner of Vigilant Broadcasting as well. So I have quite a few things underneath my hat that I do consistently, and during the day in the corporate arena, actually. I'm a contractor for the government, so I get to work with all the different Army bases. I'm located at one base, but we do a lot of work for many other Army bases throughout the country, so I'm real excited about the things that I do during the day. It's a lot of project management type work. So, with all those great things that I have about me and being a veteran and all those good things, it all kind of comes together, and now here I am, obviously doing these types of shows. I love the podcasting world, so this isn't the only show that I do, but this I love the most because I get to work with one of my favorite people on the other side there. So, like I said, we were able to have an opportunity to share what we know, what we've learned, what we got going on in our community, and giving tips and giving everybody a moment to truly understand what it means to be loved and to be able to communicate in different ways. So, because we are running a little bit behind, we're going to just go ahead and start diving right into our topic of discussion tonight. You want to talk about our topic of discussion tonight, Mr. T?
I actually would love to do that. So I'm like, oh, because this is actually something that I really enjoyed and resonated with. Like when we decided on this particular topic of discussion, I was like, yes, this is it. So for those out there, to all of our momenteers out there listening, because I'm christening you all momenteers. Um, that may change next time because I may be like, I don't like that anymore. So I like something else.
Actually, it works out well, especially with the name of the show, Moments with Lady K and Mistah T. So, hey, we have our momenteers. We're going to have to get a sign or something, put on our page. Where's our momenteers at?
I'm a momenteer. Momenteers in hell. I mean, everybody has their thing. Like J-Lo has her J-Lovers. I guess Taylor Swift has her Swifties. Wendy Williams has her co-hosts. Brandy has her stars, which I don't understand what that's about because it's nothing to do with Brandy, but she's on a show called Star or something that's going off the air now, but whatever. So I was like, oh, that's perfect. And Rihanna has her Navy. Beyonce has her Beehive. So we
have the
Lady K Mistah T. We have our momenteers.
There you go.
There you go.
A momenteer. There you go.
And also, side note, Move with T, Mr. Move with T. I got my movers and shakers. So there you go.
There you go. See, it all comes together for a reason, right?
It does. It does. It all works out. So, ladies and gentlemen out there listening to our topic of discussion for today, it is celebrate every moment. Do you celebrate yourself regularly or just those special moments in life? Yeah, so that was very heavy when I saw that, and you were like, this is what we're going to talk about. And last month was very, very big for me. I won't get into a lot of details, but it was a month that was a game changer for me, and it shifted my perspective in a lot of ways, in a lot of different ways, for a lot of different reasons. And I don't want to talk about that or go into detail about that just yet. But when I saw that topic of discussion, it just resonated with me so much. And I really had to think about it. And, to go ahead and talk about myself. And we all have difficulty talking about ourselves and celebrating who we are. Many of us do. Because we most of us grew up learning that to do that is boastful and vain, and so we try not to do that. But I really have found that I do not celebrate myself as often as I should, and I probably celebrate my special moments, like for my birthday, and even like for my birthday, and you were there, Lady K, yes. Shout out. Hey. Even there, I didn't really want to celebrate myself when I was the focus.
Right.
I was like, I don't like all of this. But I do in some ways celebrate myself regularly, like when I need like a little pick-me-up. Like I'll buy a new little tube of like lip balm or something, I'll buy myself a little something to make myself feel a little better. Like, oh, I'm putting it on in the car. Like, oh, my lips are shining a little bit better. Oh, so my smile will be a little bit brighter. So, so it's like, it's those little things like that, are those little small celebrations that we overlook. Right. But I realized that I do that on a regular basis. So I guess I celebrate myself regularly, but it's more personal, and I don't share that celebration with the world, and so it's only in those special moments, like a birthday or a holiday or something that's like a promotion or something that's very specific, where I kind of acknowledge my worth. And so I'll say I actively celebrate myself in special moments, but I subconsciously celebrate myself on a regular basis by rewarding myself and giving myself little pick-me-ups throughout the time, throughout the week, or throughout the month, or throughout the year, I should say, with little things that make me feel a little bit better, a little bit happier, whether it's a new pair of shoes or new lip balm or a new gym bag or just something that I just feel like is a reward for being me. Like, oh, I got this little extra bit of money, so I'm going to, take that and I'm going to do this for me. But actively going out and just being like, oh, I'm T. Love me, everybody. I don't really do that. I don't.
Right. You're
So,
right. You don't. Yeah.
Yeah. But when other people do it, I'm like, thank you. But I'm like, this feels really uncomfortable and weird. So, because I'm all about being inclusive. So it's like if I'm being celebrated, then I'm not being inclusive. It's all about me, and the focus is on me. And I want to include other people in the celebration, as opposed. And that's what I will say this. Sidebar before we turn the topic over to you. To something that's something I really like about, I think it's Vietnamese culture, where it's there was a man I used to work with, and he was Vietnamese or Filipino. Excuse me, sorry, he was Filipino, and so it was his birthday, one particular day, and he came down and he brought my department like pizza and some cake and some other things like for his birthday. And we're like, why are you bringing this for your birthday? And in his culture, it's not about celebrating themselves, but those people who support them. And so he gifted us for gifting him. And I was like, wow, more of us should do that, where we give to the people, to the community that supports us on our birthday or born day, whatever you want to call it. But, if we gave more to those who support us, that would really have more of an impact, because it really impacted me. And even to this day, and this happened like several years ago, and I still remember that. He was just like, no, don't give me anything. I'm bringing you guys gifts.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Wow. But that's a great concept, though.
It is. It really, it really, really is. And that's the mantra. And I've met other people who are Filipino since then who say the same thing. And I'm like, oh, so that was a real thing. It wasn't just him making that up,
Right. Exactly.
That's part of your culture. So, well, it's amazing.
And I think it's amazing because a lot of times we don't always think about how we got here, all the things that have happened in our lives. And normally it doesn't happen with you alone, right? So, we always talk about how we should give thanks to God. Well, yeah, and the part of that is the people who have been supportive of everything that you do and why you're existing, because we wouldn't be accomplishing most of the things we're doing without the support of other people. Obviously, we have some responsibility for those things, but to be able to know that, you really do appreciate people. I think, most people would be extremely excited about that because, like you said, birthdays are usually all about me. But then, I think a lot of times, we've been raised that it was a situation of, my father's always big about, it doesn't really care too much about these particular holidays and birthdays. He said, because every day is a birthday. It's a gift. I'm here to breathe. I'm here to do the things that are most important, and that's just being alive. The things that we shouldn't take for granted, but we obviously do, because we all think, oh, here comes our celebration. I'm going to celebrate for 30 days because it's my birthday, or I'm going to celebrate for the whole year because my birthday's coming up. And not to say that everybody has a right to celebrate the way that they want to celebrate. But I think a lot of times when it pushes that far, that it is really about them, but is it under the right pretext, of what celebration really does mean? And I guess for me, I can say that I don't particularly celebrate those little moments probably that I should, as much as I should. If there's something significant, yes, I might say, yeah, I really want to celebrate. And even if I am celebrating, like you were saying earlier, I don't really think about it as being a celebration. If it's something I want to just pick up and go out and buy or do, you know, I do sit back and think, you know, I have earned this. I have worked hard for this. And so I'm not going to sit back here and think twice about why am I celebrating this moment to go out here and have a nice dinner or have a expensive glass of wine, you know, things that some people may perceive as being just materialistic. But where I find my biggest celebration for me is to sit back and just be thankful sometimes. You know, I'll just sometimes sit in the room or wherever I'm at and just have that moment and be thinking, wow, I can remember where I was at and now here I am. And obviously I feel like I have a lot further to go because we're always our biggest critics, right, of ourselves. But that's the moment where I do feel like I'm celebrating in those quiet moments where, you know, I could just be sitting there and just start crying, and not because I'm not happy, but because of the things that I have gone through and some of the things that I have accomplished, and knowing that this is much better and much bigger than always having the bigger paycheck or, you know, worrying about, well, you know, how can I get to the top? And really it's not about that. It's just those moments of just realizing the appreciativeness that we have just to get up and breathe every day. Because there's many days, I guess for me in my personal experience, where I didn't know I was going to have that opportunity. And for most people who do know anything about me or know of me know that I have been in the past in a domestic abuse relationship. And during those times of survivorship, I really did not know from one day to the next whether I was going to be alive. So I guess, you know, kind of going back and analyzing certain things in my life, that I have now turned it around to where it's not so much about the materialistic for me. It's more of I'm breathing, I'm here, and I have a purpose. And I have so many more things that I want to do and need to do to help others as well realize their importance in life. So I guess that's kind of where, you know, celebrating those moments that I wouldn't look at them as just being special moments, but being moments that should be, I guess, celebrated regularly. And I don't think of it always that way. But that's, you know, when I sit back and really analyze the topic of discussion that, you know, I kind of thought about, I was like, wow, you know, what do we really celebrate and what its purposes behind it? And I've heard a lot of people come up and say, you know, or hear conversations of, you know, what are you celebrating? Do you really celebrate every moment? But that really in context doesn't mean, what does that mean to you? Because it absolutely means something different to you and to me. We both just sat here and had this conversation about, this is what it means to me. And, you know, we have some things that are same, but very different in different perspectives. But as a bigger picture, I think we're definitely in tune about the understanding that how important it is taking those moments in your life and truly looking at them in a way that it's not just about being in the forefront of everybody, but knowing that, you know, hey, you do have purpose and you're living your purpose and I'm living mine.
Mm-hmm. Amen. Hallelujah.
I knew you was going to say that. Yeah, but, you know, it's just, you know, it's kind of somber, you know, I mean, we're sitting here, even though we're laughing and joking about it, but a lot of times, you know, especially with the things I think that are going on in our world today. And unfortunately, we almost have to have this part of the conversation and topic almost every day because there's so much negativity that surrounds us every single day that it's so much easier to bring you down than it is to keep you at that level of not just being sane, but above and beyond being sane, you know, because of the things that we're, you know, see every day, whether it's on the TV, you know, or whether it's on the social media platforms and just, or either in front of you.
Or the presidency.
Or, yeah, exactly. I was trying not to go there. But, you know, it's
I went ahead and did it for you.
Yeah, you know, but it's
so I'm going to celebrate myself, even though I'm wrong. But anyway.
And you know, really, you're not wrong, but it is absolutely a fact of life, you know, that every single day there's something negative that goes on in the world that we live in. So just to have those moments of celebration, you know, like I said, just to be sane, that to me is a huge celebration because so many things can turn you the opposite direction very easily, you know. So
indeed.
Yeah, but I do love, you know, how you look at life and how you do celebrate those moments. Especially, I love the one about the lip gloss. I'm like, those lips are much shinier today. And well, and it's funny because the little things that we laugh about, nobody else is going to understand. Well, why is it so important for your lips to be shiny? But it doesn't matter, right? And that's the key.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
It's about what makes you happy at that moment, and that one thing makes you happy, and that's all that counts.
And if anybody out there needs an immediate pick me up, listen to Lil Mama Lip Gloss. My lip gloss is popping. My lip gloss is cool. All the boys be trying to get at me after school or whatever she says. But like the whole song, you can't help but be happy and be like, oh, like it's even if you don't have lip gloss on, if you don't have no you might not even have any chapstick. You might not even have like some Vaseline in the corner anywhere. But when you put that song on, you're gonna be like, oh, let me just lick my lips real quick. So the way they look alike, they're shining. And it's like, oh, yes, yes, yes. And one of my friends from college, he literally has me in his phone. Mm-hmm. I'm ashamed to admit this. Even to this day. And we've known each other for over 20 years. Mm-hmm. As Dubs. D-U-B-S. Like, let's be rolling on dubs. Because let's be shining. Because we were cool back in the day, back when the whole thing, and some people listening may not understand this.
Right.
But when you used to have the spinners on your wheels and
yes,
like on your car,
or
like on your car, you had the spinners on there, or they were like extra shiny and glistening. That was like a statement piece. And so I'm really showing my age, and I'm showing his age too. But he literally has me in his phone as Dubs. So and I was like, you're lying? And I saw it one day, and I was like, oh, okay, Dubs. So but he knows that's me. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know I was doing that for that long. But that makes me happy. I'm like, pop it.
That's
it's
right.
Popping. It's popping. It's popping. Pop it out.
Let's see. Look, now we're gonna start dancing. Okay, hey.
Right, hey. Oh, I'm dancing right now. I'm dancing.
I know you are. I can tell.
Nobody else can see it, but it's like it's popping. It's popping. So.
Oh,
but there you go. So anyway, but yeah. So all right. Back over to you, Lady K.
No, but it's cool. Like I said, and it's funny because even now, we're having our moment. A moment of celebration, a moment of fun. And it doesn't have to always be serious. It doesn't have to always be so profound. It's just about living, because some days we just want to live. And I think that, when I think about when I come into your Zumba class, and that's a moment. That, to me, that Friday night is the biggest celebration, because I'm like, this is the one time I feel like I can be sexy. I can let it go. I don't care who's around me. And so, that's really what we're talking about, is truly just taking those times just to celebrate yourself and do you. It's not about what other people think, because like I said, we live in a world, and everybody knows I hate conformity, and we have so much of it. And unfortunately, there's some things that if you don't do, you're never accepted. And obviously when you're on your job, there's some things you got to do unless you plan on being on your own. So, it's just really truly an opportunity for me to enjoy my Friday night. And like, since I don't hang out in the clubs anymore, because them days is kind of over with for me, so that's my club scene. Okay, but back in the day, hey, it was a little bit different, but it's just having fun, and
right.
And you give us that opportunity to just let it go.
And I don't want to go too far off topic, but that's something that I like to create, which is why I don't like a lot of recording, and people don't see a lot of recordings of me online teaching a class, because I want you to come to the class and have the experience and be able to just be lost in the moment, to just be there and experience the freedom. Something that I do, and I'm going to be honest about this, is I like to give, and I don't know how I do it, but I know that I do it. I give people permission to celebrate themselves. I say, you can go ahead and have fun. Go ahead and let loose. I'm going to be up here having a good time, so you get permission to have a good time too.
Exactly.
And we can just do it, and just there's no need to worry about whether you look like Beyonce or whether you look like whatever your worst thought is. I mean, I don't know what the opposite of Beyonce would be, but I'm using her as a point of reference as the good, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
And then you think about whatever you think of as the opposite of that. You are you, and you get to celebrate who you are and own it. And one of my biggest things is when someone leaves my class, whether it's Zumba, whether it's Cycle, whether it's Apex, whether it's Spark, whether it's whatever class, Strong, whatever class it might be, I want people to leave feeling like they're whatever their Beyonce might be.
Right.
I want you to leave feeling like I conquered this, I own this. I made this class my BITCH.
There you go.
This class didn't own me. I owned the class.
Right.
And so, I mean, that's really what that's the feeling I want to cultivate. And I'm very purposeful in the playlist I put together, the journey we go on, the workout that we get, and the feeling. And, one of the biggest compliments I think I ever got was from another instructor. And she told me, she said, "You make us all feel like princesses." And I don't know how I do that, but it worked for me. But I remember what she said to me, and it resonated. And every little girl wants to feel like a princess. And some boys want to feel like princess too.
Exactly.
Or a prince, whatever,
Right.
And no judgment. And so, it's just about cultivating that experience of just celebrating who you are and having permission to be who you are and own it, and just like, this is who I am. I'm having a good time, and guess what? Can't nobody stop my shine.
Exactly,
and celebrating yourself every time. Exactly.
Exactly. And the instructor was absolutely right. And even though those days I may not feel like a princess, but I always just like to get the opportunity just to let it go. And like I said, you always give us the opportunity to bring the sexy on. That's the part I like. I'm at home. I'm at home and can't be sexy around here. Ain't nothing around here keeping me sexy but me. So it's like, okay, now I can have my moment. Okay, it's like, okay, we got our move here. I'll be thinking my mind is going 100 miles per hour in the wrong direction before that moment, just for that moment.
No, I've had students who have actually posted video, like whatever song we've done in class, it came on the radio or on their streaming service, whatever, while they were driving. They pulled over and would record themselves in the parking lot doing the routine. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, oh, hey. And they tagged me in it. And I'm like, oh, that's my choreo. That's not my song. It's somebody else's song, but that's my choreo. Those are my students. I'm like, and they're having a good time because they remember the feeling. So It's all about just celebrating yourself. Absolutely. And that's what I try to do in every class, no matter what it is, whether it's dance fitness like Zumba or my new dance fitness program that I created, Teryck, blah, 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 or Cycle, whatever it might be. I want everybody to leave feeling like they succeeded. And they made it to the end and like, yeah, I'm a boss. I got this.
That's right. And that's the key, succeeding. Everybody came in there for a purpose, and then they wanted to reach their accomplishments, and you help us get there.
And that's the job of not just my job as an instructor, but any instructors out there listening. That is what our job is. Not to highlight ourselves and showcase, look what I can do, but to make sure our students celebrate who they are and feel successful. And because if it's not about me. It's not about me. If I wanted to be about me, I would be in LA and be on TV somewhere. Look at me. Look at what I can do. Watch
exactly.
me.
Yeah, but you're right. Because I can remember when the years that I was teaching. My biggest thing would be like, hey, this is everybody in here. It's about doing it at your level. Be you. Enjoy it, because you're right. It's so much of this nonsense going on, about, ooh, it's me, come be a part of my crew. That's not what Zumba's about. And it's never been about that. I just think that because we have so much more freedom involved with Zumba as instructors, that they've kind of taken away the whole purpose and zone of what it really means. And, because everybody's allowed to, you only have to do this much of it now, the original now, you can do what you want to do. And now it's become more of a show versus, hey, the intent of it is obviously to have fun, but to get your exercise in and to know that there's a purpose here. But anyway, you know, we're kind of going left to the left on this, but you know, it's about understanding what it means to celebrate the moment that we're having, and while you're celebrating that, you can also have a good time. So
exactly.
Yes. But obviously we are definitely going over tonight, which is fine, but I want to definitely jump into our upcoming events, because you said you have quite a few on the docket that you want to talk about, and I definitely have some that I would like to talk about. So I'm going to let you ride through your upcoming events. Now,
Okay.
Mr. T, let it roll.
I'm going to say everything just one time. So everybody put your listening ears on, put on your earmuffs so you can hear everything, because a couple of the things are happening actually back to back. So July, Independence Day is coming up. Major holiday for those of us here in the U.S. So July 3rd, which is a Wednesday, from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. at Gold's Gym Lake Ridge at 12550 Dillingham Square. We're having an Independence Zumba party with myself, Deanne, and Nick. There are awesome instructors. We're going to be having a wonderful Zumba party there. At that party, the drop-in fee, if you're not a member of the gym of Gold's Gym Lake Ridge, the drop-in fee is $5. We're just coming there to dance and have a good time. We're going to have a good time and get you on and off and on to the rest of your day. Next day is Independence Day, and there's going to be an Independence Day end game going on with some major players in the area. We've got Muevelo DMV, Full Out Fitness, Champ Lifestyle Fitness. Shout out to my girl Chandra Hampton. What up? Zumba with Chiquita, Groove Therapy Zone, 5-star fellas. Shout out to Antonio. And once again, a shout out to Muevelo DMV, my good friend Jazzy, Mick Jazzy, we'll call him Mick Jazzy, Jason McLaurin, who is the owner of Muevelo DMV. On Thursday, July 4th, from 10:30 to 12:30, all of those entities will be combining in one space at 44710 Cape Court, Suite 128 in Ashburn, Virginia. The drop-in fee is, I believe, $10. So if you want to come in, you can come in and join for 2 hours, get your sweat on, and then when you get to your barbecue or whatever barbecue you're going to that day, you will have earned whatever you're going to put on your plate. That's all I'm going to say. Right. Not how many times you're going up, whatever you put on your plate, you will have earned it because of all of that. Now, the next day, get ready, July 5th, we got Solos por Mia. Solos por Mia. We have a wonderful list of instructors going on during my class at Ghost Gym Lorton at 7700 Gunston Plaza in Lorton, Virginia. Once again, on Friday, July 5th, from 6:30 until 8. So we'll have an extended class that day. We have an amazing list of local instructors. We've got Patricia, Kathy, Nick, myself. We got the Zumba Fire Crew. We also have a very special guest, Maria Browning, who is a Zumba education specialist, who's coming to donate her time for this special event. So the drop-in fee is $5. There is a suggested donation of $10. So they're wanting donations for that particular event. So be ready for that. And July 8th, which is right before July 10th, just in case you forgot where your dates are. Why I'm saying July 10th? No reason in particular, just so you remember July 8th. Dancing is My Voice is having a fundraiser and a raffle at Seasons 52 in Tyson's Corner at 78631 Tyson's Corner in McLean, Virginia. It's Seasons 52. It's actually free, so you can just come on and have a good time. Tickets are available through Eventbrite. It's a fundraiser for Dancing is My Voice, which is an event that I'll be participating in September, on September 28th, right in front of the Lincoln Memorial. That event is also a free event. It's raising awareness raising awareness for sexual violence or against sexual violence. And it's a free event outside in front of the Lincoln Memorial. But we have a ton of fundraisers that are going on that will be happening on July 8th. And there are raffles that will be going on where you can get free stuff from reputable companies like Wegmans and Microsoft, and the list goes on and on and on. So if you show up, you can put your tip in the hat and be like, oh, I want something fun. So you can be there for that. It's going to be fun. I'm going to be there for that. Just say, hey, here I am. And then, of course, I'll be there on September 28th. And July 13th, which is Saturday from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. at Parkland Middle School in Rockville, Maryland. There's Steve Boot will be available for an event as well. And I love Steve. He's totally awesome. He's another Zest Zumba education specialist coming to the area to visit to donate his time for a wonderful cause. So go to www.zumba.com for more information or to get your ticket for that on July 13th. And then lastly, I want to celebrate my good friend Anna Desai. She is having William Flores coming back to the DMV. He was here last year. He had an awesome event in Springfield, Virginia. He's going to do another event at another location at the Waterford in Springfield, Virginia on Saturday, July 20th from 1 to 3 p.m. He is a Zumba extraordinaire. He has so much energy. He'll be back for that. Tickets are available, I believe through Eventbrite. And I think they're $13 now, I believe. They're like early bird tickets. And then the tickets that are available after a certain time frame go up a little bit. But he's like a wonderful showman. He actually lives in Sweden or Switzerland. But he's over in Europe. And he's coming back over here to give us a good time. Wow. And I was really inspired when I saw him last year. And he encouraged me through his choreography and everything that he did in the meeting with him to do some new things in my class. My classes that I actually did implement in my classes. And those songs were a huge success. So he was just awesome. And for those out there, if you want to look at somebody who's attractive, you're going to enjoy looking at him because he's an attractive guy. Just know that I think he's taken, and he's also in Europe. So if you want him,
you just blew that part.
There.
No.
Yeah, I was like, if you want him, he's way over there. But that'll be in July as well on the 20th of July. So
wow.
So sorry to hit you guys with all that stuff, but it's a lot going on. And then we'll see you guys in August because we'll have more stuff going on.
Absolutely.
The events wait for nobody. And,
exactly.
Quiptown, which is one of my favorites because I think you like salsa and choke.
Yes.
Dun salsa and choke. They're going to be at the Howard Theater in August on, I think it's August 8th. Mm-hmm. Yes, August 8th. They're going to be there at the Howard Theater for anyone who loves them. They're from Colombia. They're a Latino group. They're a trio. Their melanin be poppin', and they celebrate their melanin and the poppin' of the melanin. And they will be there. But they speak a Spanish. So if you don't speak a Spanish, you can still go and enjoy the rhythms. You just may not understand what they're saying. I think exactly. I think their general admission starts at $60 or $65.
Okay.
And go up from there depending on whether you want like a balcony or VIP. But they are a good time. Their music is incredible. It's a trio once again. It's two guys, one girl. The girl is a sibling to one of the members and a wife to the other member. So they're definitely a family. So they're a collective, and you can feel their energy and how close they are in their music. So they're really, really incredible. Once again, that's August 8th at the Howard Theater with Quiptown, celebrating melanin poppin', and the diaspora went across the world, not just here to the U.S., but also to other countries as well. So we see them, and they represent. And they have really, really, really awesome, good music. So there we go.
Wow,
Lady K.
Wow, I definitely can't top all of these tonight, But
you can. Because you got lots to share too.
Wow. Well, and the biggest thing is to remember that we will be posting these on our page, on the Lady K Mistah T page, so that everybody can follow these events that we have going on in the community. The one that I would definitely want to talk a little bit about on the other side of the world here, is that next Saturday in Baltimore, we have a huge author event called the Indie Author Legacy Awards, and I'm excited because I'm actually one of those individuals who was up for the running as a finalist in social awareness for my book, memoir, Deception of a Heart, A Real Look into Domestic Violence. So it's going to be a huge night for me, but it's going to be a huge night for so many other amazing authors from our community. Keyword, from our community here in the DMV area. So it's going to be on Saturday, next Saturday, the 29th. And I'm right now trying to think of the name of the actual hotel. But if you just go to Indie Author Awards, which, Indie Author Legacy Awards, which are actually called ILA Awards, you can find their information online. You can also go through my Facebook page, and we'll definitely post this information. If you are interested in attending, you can still come to the award show, get a ticket. It's going to be an amazing event. It'll be a 4 hour, I think it's 4 or 5 hours, maybe even longer than that event. I think it's from 4 to 10. So, come and support the authors in our local community and see what people are doing, because you could be that next person who decides that you want to write a book, and you could be getting looked at for an opportunity to get an award for something that you have done for the people here in the community. So that's the one thing I definitely want to talk a little bit about. The other thing I want to bring up is that, we did say August was coming. August is definitely coming. It's not that far away. I still have major event coming up in Eastern Pennsylvania. It's another self-publishing workshop, but it's not just a workshop. We are actually having an amazing entrepreneurial networking brunch. And so we're excited about it because we're really talking about some of the things we've been talking about tonight, basically celebrating life and really asking yourselves, are you living your best life? So in that workshop, you'll be meeting some amazing entrepreneurs. We're going to have great brunch. I'm going to teach you what it means to be an author, teach you all the steps it's going to take for you to self-publish. And you can do that within 90 days or less if you follow the guidance that's going to be given to you. We're going to have a special guest speaker who's going to be talking about social media, on marketing and so forth. And we have a few other people. So it's just going to be an amazing evening. So if you want information about that, you can also go to the Facebook page, my Facebook page. You can look under author Kimberly and McLemore for that. And you'll see it on all my pages. I'm on pretty much everything. So it's not just it's under the WSBI one, it's under my personal page. But if you really truly are interested in understanding what it means to be an author and would like to take that stab, and hey, I'm just sitting here talking to one now. I didn't even know who actually, I know you wrote, but I didn't know you actually have been published. So these are great opportunities for those people who really are serious about wanting to enjoy taking the time of sharing their thoughts, whether it's promoting a book, whether it's writing about poems. It doesn't matter what it is. A book is a book. And once you become self-published or published, people do definitely look at you differently. They bring you to the table in a different way because you're more creative about what it is that you have. So if you want more information, reach out to me. You can inbox me or email me at KimberlyandMcLemore@gmail.com, or either, like I said, look on the Facebook page and get the link. It's all through Eventbrite. Very easy to find. I'm going to stop there with all the events, and I'm gonna have to give myself gotta give ourselves a hand clap on that. You probably won't hear this, T, but I'm hand clapping here in the background. My little hand cheesy hand clap is going on.
I'm giving you a soul clap, but I'm not making the sound because I don't want to
Oh, the funny part about it is I have this great effects in the background, so you'll hear it when you listen to it again. But anyway, no, we're definitely, we're going to get to the last portion of our show because we're almost at an hour this evening. But this has been really a great topic of conversation. But the one thing that we always like to talk about towards the end of the show is really talking about we have a section called Moment of Inspiration. And this is really truly about those times in our lives when we need that inspiration. We need that hug, going through some rough things in our lives. And that's the reason why we talked about today about celebrating those moments. And a lot of times when we're going through a rough patch, we don't celebrate. We become depressed. We focus on the things that aren't as important, because at the end of the day, we have to realize that we're still here. So, I think that our topic of discussion today really fits very well in the moment of inspiration. T, do you want to add anything about how we inspire each other?
Yes, I do actually.
You got 2 minutes.
I got 2 minutes, and I'm gonna do it in 90 seconds as best I can. I want to give a shout out and celebrate the lady I saw today because I put this on my social media. I didn't take a picture of her. There was a lady I saw today at 11:30 a.m. on a Thursday. She had on this shiny royal blue like cat suit that came down to her knees.
I seen that. Yes.
For no reason at all. And I was like, why does she have that on? I kept looking at her because it was shiny. Because I like things that are shiny. I'm like, why does she have that on? I said, but never mind. I mean, I had my judgment moments. But then I got past that and I looked at her and I was like, I was celebrating her in my mind and I couldn't stop looking at her. Mm-hmm. And celebrating her and her body positivity to just own, because it was very form-fitting. And she was just like, this is what I have on today at 11:30 a.m. on a Thursday out in public. If you don't like it, then guess what? You can check. You can get the hell up out of here. Excuse my language. But talk about celebration. That was a celebration right there for like the maybe the 10 minutes that I saw her in total. And people were like looking at her because it was this shiny royal blue cat suit. And I was like, why do you have that on? There's no dance thing going on right there. I don't know where she was coming from or going to, but whatever it is, Mama meant what she was doing. And she was like, I'm here to pick up some fries on my way to or fro. And so I'm celebrating her in this moment because she gave me everything. And I need to find me a shiny royal blue cat suit so I can just wear it randomly somewhere on a Thursday at 11:30 a.m. somewhere in your city, wherever you listen. And be like, look at me. Look at me if you want to, but I came to give my order. Can I have my order? What's next, please? So I'm celebrating her.
Well, on that one, we definitely got to get the hand clap. Okay, the hand clap is coming. The hand clap is coming. Okay.
Indeed. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to just straight away, but I was like, I got to celebrate her because she gave me everything.
Oh, wow. Because it's funny.
She made my
Thursday. I've seen that post. I was like, that's nice. I'm like, I remember those from back in the day, and like they're bringing that back already. It's like, wow.
Randomly, and she was like my age. She was like our age. I'll say our age.
Wow.
And I was like, I know she's not coming from like a recital or something because it's 11:30. But I don't know where she's coming from. I don't know where she's going to. I don't know what she's doing. And catch this real quick. Sidebar: an older black lady went up to this lady because this lady, she was black. Mm-hmm. Not that means anything for any reason, but I just want to paint the picture. And her body was popping, even though I can tell she ain't seen the gym in like 10 years or more. But her body was still popping. I was like, it's not toned, but the body is giving me. I see it, sister. I see it.
Right.
An older black lady with this really bad short wig, and I was like, oh. And I have to say that because it was a bad short wig. I was like, ooh, she shouldn't have that on. She was talking to her like, where's the rest of your clothes? What are you? And I was like, why are you talking to her? Let her just own her space and just do what she's doing. Because there's a plan. There's something that's happening there.
Right.
We need to find out where she's going or where she came from, so we can either get there. So we can get there. Because if it's over, we need to find out why we weren't there. And if it's not happened yet, we need to make sure that we're there when it happens.
Exactly.
That's all I know. I was like, and I couldn't hear the rest of the conversation because it was kind of loud. And I was like, I don't know what the rest she's saying to her. But there was like, yes, no. I saw head nods. And then the older black lady with the bad wig, she walked off to the other side and went on to mind her business. And that lady still stayed there. And I was like, I need her to be my friend because she's giving me everything right now at 11:30 on a Thursday morning. My day is set. So she set the tone for the rest of my day. My day shifted at that point. And I know I went longer than 2 minutes, but She shifted my whole day right then
That's
and there.
funny.
And it was everything that I needed. And she gave me everything. She gave me everything. And I applaud her. I celebrate her. And I don't know if she's listening or if one of her friends is listening, but if you know that lady who was wearing the shiny royal blue catsuit at the McDonald's, give her a shout out. In the DMV, because you're going to know who she is because you was probably with her.
Well,
So,
I hope that this lady or somebody who knows what I'm talking about or knows what you're talking about is listening tonight, because I'm telling you that moment of inspiration has turned you on for real. Okay,
It did.
That is awesome.
We all need that suit. Not just me, but we all need that same outfit to wear just wherever, just because. Celebrate that.
Well, who knows? Hey. One of these days, y'all might find us walking down the street.
Hey, and it'd be 11:30 on the Thursday.
Exactly.
These lycra shiny royal blue captures, where are they coming from? They just walking, coming down the street.
Oh my gosh!
And she had pink sandals on. Sandals.
Wow!
I don't know why, but she did.
Okay.
I took note.
I see. You were like, at that point, you got to pay attention to everything since you
got to pay attention,
right? Exactly. But
so shout out to her. Celebrate her, because I enjoyed every moment. Every moment.
Well, we definitely have had a lot of great celebration going on here tonight. Okay, a lot. But as we have to always say, but before we say this, I want to remind everybody that look, we have a page now. We have the Lady K Mistah T Facebook page. We also have this on Instagram. And, reach out to us. If there's a topic of discussion you would like for us to talk about, let us know on the page. Send us a comment, inbox us. We're there. We definitely want to make sure that we're inspiring the community. If you also have an event that you have coming up, or you would like to be our special guest on the show, all you have to do is go to the Lady K Mistah T Facebook page. It is there. It's all there. We have it up and running. And send us a note, and we will be more than happy to have you on the show so that you can come on and talk about what's going on. And you have to be from the local community. That's the thing about this show. We want everybody who is on as our guest to be a part of the DMV. We have a lot of shows out there, even including myself. I have more than one where I'm talking to people from all over the country, but we really would love to focus on what's going on in our community on this particular show. So if you want to be a guest, reach out to us. If you have questions you would like to talk to us, let us know. Hey, just be a part of it. We're willing to have you on. It's easy to get on the show. It isn't going to cost you a dime. It's going to cost you a little bit of time, right?
That's right.
All righty. So also, we have our next show coming up in July. So be ready for Thursday, July the 11th. We will be coming back on at 7 p.m. Same place, same time. But of course, we are coming to the end of this show. We have definitely took more time than we normally do, but this is what happens when we have a great topic of discussion. So it's okay if we're not doing 30 minutes, we're doing an hour. But I always love telling Mr. T how much I love having you on the show and spending time with you. And I'm going to miss you until tomorrow.
I was going to say, I enjoy spending time with you too, Lady K, but I'm going to see you tomorrow. So
all right.
I'll see you tomorrow, girl.
I will see you tomorrow, boo. All right. But for everyone else, I want to thank you for listening in to tonight's show. Listen to us on iHeart Radio and Spotify. You can also find us on Tumblr, YouTube, and the Women's Facebook page. But until next time, have a great rest of the evening, and we'll be back soon. Good night.
Good night, everyone. We will be back next Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Follow us on Spreaker, www.spreaker.com/user/WSBI. View our new WSBI website anytime at www.wsbillc.com and on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram.